Liliana, they're going to try to say that we bring the girls them down on the false pretense. And they're going to try to use you as the one that you call the girls and you ask the girls to come down and etc. They say in Dutch, which is all nonsense. These are professional dancers that dance in Japan, Spain, Africa, places where literally you have to go through a hole in the wall to get inside. Rats infested with rats, cockroaches, where they have to sleep on the ground. But these girls can dance all over those places, everywhere they dance. Now they come to Aruba. They came to Aruba on a contract, our contract, where they signed in their country before they came to Aruba, stating very clear, we guarantee them nothing. There is no guarantees. So how could you talk about false promises and false pretenses that we want to bring these girls them down? It's so incredible how a judge would allow a case like this to go forward. This is a joke. And I told him this as well when I was in courts. This is a joke. He was upset about it because the media would hear me saying in court that this is a joke. But now I'm saying it differently. You're a joke. The judge is a joke. Because for you to leave the prosecution coming to your courtroom with a case like this, so stupid, so crazy, so corrupt, and you are allowing this to take place, you're a joke. You're a joke. You're corrupt. If you wasn't corrupt, the prosecution would never ever bring a case like this in courts, in your trial, for you to make a decision on a case like this. You understand?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you have to say yourself? Like, what do you have to say about this? Because I can't seem to understand where we would bring any girls that have done on a false pretense.
Well,
that know the ins and outs of everything, that knows everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is part of the whole distortion of information that the prosecutor is doing. Because first of all, the women, like you said, they are professional dancers. They were given a contract before they came that specifically told them that the amount of money that they would make is not guaranteed. Anybody with half a brain knows that when you're working for tips, the amount of money you make is not guaranteed. I can't sit and police how much money someone's going to take out of their pocket and give you. That's impossible. So you might have some client, you might have some girls making $1,000. You might have a girl only making $100. That really depends on you, and it also depends on who's there at the club to tip you. You're working on tips. The contract specifically tells you that you are not on a guaranteed salary. You agreed to that. You knew exactly what you were coming to do before you came. You knew you were going to dance. You knew you were going to dance in the nude. You knew all of these things ahead of time. They also claim that the amount of money that they were promised to be given was cut into half. That's not true because the contract specifically explains that. And all of the basically the whole entire issue of false pretenses that they're talking about does not make sense, because what these women were given when they arrived in Aruba was actually more than what they were promised. Because where they lived, for example, was beautiful. It was stunning. And it was even better conditions. These women were given a car, which was not promised to them. That's an extra. These women were given a cleaning lady to cook and clean for them. That's an extra. Taking these girls out and paying everything for them at fancy restaurants, buying things for them. All of those things were extras that these women were getting on top of it. These women were also given extra days off per week. They were scheduled to work 6 days a week, and then some weeks we would close 1 day extra of the week and give them more time off. So all of these things are extra things we were giving them on top of what they were promised. For you to say they didn't make the amount of money they thought they could make and try to put someone in jail for that is completely ridiculous. Especially when you were told beforehand that you were coming to make money, tip money, not salary. So clearly, right. it doesn't make sense.
And just to close this part of our statements, Liliana, I want for the public to also know one thing. And I'm talking not only the public from Aruba, I'm talking the public in the United States, the public all over the world. The contract that these girls have signed, that they are not coming on any promised salary, and they're only coming based on tips, has been approved by the government. So this contract was approved by the government before giving them any permission to enter Aruba. Because you have to give 4 things before you get the permit so they can come in to work on a work permit, on a visa. 1, that they are not married. 2, that they have that their medical conditions are correct, so that they don't come into Aruba with any sicknesses. 3, a good conduct, so they don't have no violation, no police report, something that they did in your country or any part of the world that is all messed up. And 4, the contract in between the employer and the employee. And that contract states very clear that there is no salary and they have only tip money that they will be making when it comes down. And that was approved by the government of Aruba, which is the ABP government of Aruba. Okay, I want the public to know this very, very clear. So false pretense, 100%, there is none. Thank you.